Are you wanting to leave your hopes and dreams and future into the hands of the stock market and hope that the financial planners are going to manage your money properly? Because here's the reality. There are three major risks that you face when you get to so-called retirement in the traditional sense. Number one is interest rates. If interest rates go down and you've accumulated a nest egg, and that you're then living off the interest of that nest egg, well, your lifestyle goes down because when interest goes down, so does your income. The second thing is if taxes go up, which let's just face it, there's so much talk and there's such a calamity out there that taxes inevitably are going to go up. If they go up when you're in retirement, your income goes down because each dollar is being taxed at a higher rate. That leaves you less net. And then the third piece, we know the government has printed plenty of money, or the Federal Reserve, which is not even the government, right? We know that there's plenty of excess money out there. When is that inflation going to creep in? Because that's the stealth tax. That's when your purchasing power goes down each and every year, and you're supposedly living off a fixed income, doing all the things that you want to do. But here's the reality. These things destroy people's health. Because we're talking about the three financial risks, which is interest rate, inflation, and taxes. But what about the health risks beyond the food that you eat, whether you're under proper care and getting adjusted? We're talking about ultimately just this. If you stop living your purpose, you will stop having a reason to move forward and live. Look at the book, Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. He talks about people that had purpose beyond those walls. They overcame some of the most insurmountable odds to get out of the concentration camps. Check that book out. It is huge on purpose. And those people that lost purpose lost their lives. A lot of people when they retire, they die quickly because they no longer are contributing and building value out there in the world, and therefore they lose their own significance. So that is a detriment to health and the longevity when we go into traditional retirement. The next thing is relationships. People start to lose relationships because when they're living off a fixed income that isn't going according to plan, they start constraining and restricting and pulling back from the things that they love to do. And when you lose relationships, it goes hand in hand with purpose and fulfillment and enjoyment. And ultimately, if we look at the uncertainty that's created by moving all your money to someone else, not having your business anymore because you've sold it, well, that uncertainty leads to fear, and that fear is so destructive because that scarcity mentality creates physical reaction within our body and hurts our health. So traditional retirement has been tried, it's failed, and I don't want to see you do it. I don't want to see you just sell off your business because you didn't run the business the way that you wanted to now. You were overtaxed, overrun, overstrained because you were doing all too much. Instead, I'm going to give you some practical tips and some rules that you can start to integrate into your business to create a better life today and set yourself up for retirement in the business, not retirement from the business. So now, you've got an entity. Your business is one of your greatest tax advantages that you have. You still have that if you retire the way that I'm talking about here. The second thing is you have an ability to contribute that creates cash flow. So you can course correct, you can make adjustments, you can do something with that business if it's still around, right? And then ultimately, it is a cash flowing entity. So not only does it have equity value, and there's ways that you'll learn throughout the business finishing school segments that you can build equity in your business, not give up complete control of your business, yet offer stock options and start getting additional cash that way. So cash flow, chunks of cash through stock options, and still have a business that runs. So let's begin. First and foremost, if you don't take time away from the business, people don't get empowered that work within the business. What I mean is, if you're always there to solve a problem, you're always there managing every little piece, then if you don't leave, people don't know what to do without you. Everything starts to run through you. Everything always has to be checked by you. People don't step up and do the next thing because they're never asked to. But when you step away and you take a week off, and you're no longer at the business, you have to start getting creative. Are they going to be able to answer those? Are they going to be more empowered? Are they going to learn those lessons? Because now they're put in the trenches. And they can start getting things done because you're not creating as much chaos as when you're there each and every day. So actually take deliberate, intentional time where you're not communicating with the office, where they can't get a hold of you so that they have to be empowered and start making choices and decisions. Tim Ferriss talked to me about this, and it may have been a story that he even wrote when I was reading it, but we've had several conversations. He talked about someone that was at eBay, high executive, and what happened was they